What's up, y'all? Werner Von Rod here, and today I'm here to talk about some new music that's dope on Wax. This isn't even some, unreleased joint from 1989 that's only just been released now on Wax. This is actually new vinyl, new music, newly recorded, just arrived at my house today on Wax. Specifically, it is Legitimate Raw by Alternative Reality. Legitimate Raw is a combination of Do Me Right from Zimbabwe Legit and Cadence from Raw Produce. Now, Cadence and Zimbabwe Legit have been working together for a long time, actually. He produced their comeback album, he produced OUO's solo comeback album, pretty much all their stuff they did since the 90s. And it's funny because, if you think about it, if you say, okay, who's one artist from the 90s that's never going to make a comeback? They put out that release, that album, that single, and that was it. You'd probably think Zimbabwe Legit. I mean, I get possibly just for the fact that, they were from Africa after all. They're not even American. So, you think that's it, It was a dope little record in the 90s, little tiny time capsule, and that's the end of it. But they actually came back, and they've been rather prolific, along with Cadence. So I really can't say enough good things about this EP, but I'm going to try to. Cadence and Raw Produce, always great artists. You can always rely on them. I mean, their records have been dope since the 90s. They've been consistent. But even so, this is some of Cadence's best work in a long time. I don't want to dismiss his solo stuff because he's done some great solo records, but this is, I would put this above Creative Commerce and Poisons the Mind of Children and all that. I think this is, production-wise, especially some of his best work to date in recent years. Although I should stop to point out that actually not all of the production is handled by Cadence. He does do most of it. This is an 8-track EP, and he does, 5? But then you've got 2 by a guy named Saint, and 1 by a guy named Lord Lamont. And I don't really know either of those 2 guys, but I'll tell you what, their production really fits in. If you weren't looking at the credits, you could easily mistake which tracks were produced by who. In fact, there's one track that's produced by Cadence, which I'll get to in a minute, that you'd think, okay, this is definitely not one of Cadence's, but it is his. So the other guys do a really great job of fitting in. By the way, one thing that's awesome about this release was a complete surprise to me, because he didn't post any pictures on, on his website or anything, or on Discogs. In fact, it's not on Discogs yet, is the label. Ooh, I'm getting some flare. I don't know how well you can see it. We'll make it work. There, you see that? Now, what this looks like, of course, is a test pressing, and I guess, record heads will recognize it right away and get the gag. But if you're not such a hardcore collector, I'll let you in on the joke. See, a test pressing, just, this is a standard test pressing here, and definitely one of the ones they're sort of mocking. This is from Specialty Records. This is a Percy P record. Now, normally if you get the Percy P record, it looks different. It has more of a proper label, and I think the Percy P might have actually come in a picture or sticker cover, I forget. But this is the test pressing that they make a few of first before they release the official record. And they don't all look exactly like this. This is a Loot Pack one. This is on Rainbow, West Coast one. They do a lot of test presses as well. You'll see a lot of them. So you see it's different, but this is clearly, basically, a variation, a mock of Specialty Records test press. They switched the S to an A, of course, for alternate reality, and so it's pretty cleverly done. So I guess let's just jump right into the specifics of the music. It starts off right away with the title cut, Alternative Reality, and it's a killer. I love the bass line on this. I love the rhymes. One really good thing about this EP as a whole is that Do Me Right really kind of fills in the place, not to be dismissive of either artist, but he really sort of takes the place of Pitch in a way. Cadence, of course, is a great MC. He's always a great and consistent, reliable MC. But one thing that maybe his solo albums lacked, which he did sort of make up for by filling it with lots of guests, was, just having another MC to sort of bounce off of with a very distinctive higher pitch voice like Pitch. So Do Me Right really kind of takes that place. So it gives a real kind of live energy. And he's a nice MC too. It's not like Do Me Right sucks and he just kind of, all he does is like little counterplay. He's not quite the Flavor Flav to Chuck D. You know what I'm saying? They both come with some really nice verses on here. But it's cool because it really gives you that feeling more of Raw Produce as opposed to maybe some of the last couple Cadence releases.
Raise the bar, then we take it up a notch. Like chasing bourbon with a glass of scotch on the rocks. And it stops never. We get it together with gems for you to treasure from each and every endeavor. I was told, always measure twice and cut once. And sometimes you gotta sacrifice to get what you want. From ZL to Cadence, Raw Pro to OUO to alternate reality. So now you're in the know. See, my commerce is creative and I am myself. I do what I gotta do even without no help. But whatever I'm dealt to shape my destiny, I have to be the one deciding what works best for me. On a quest across the planet Atlantic to Pacific, put a plan in motion, but I can't be too specific. But in short, concocted a plot to make it hot. What we bring, the same old thing? I think not. We connect the dots from across the shores. Keep them checking for more as they step in the door. Never stopping when we rockin' and you loving every bit of it. Yo, bring it in, cause it's raw plus legitimate.
We're about to bring it to you better than ever before.
Giving you more, consider it legitimate raw.
Speaking peace on the mic, we never settle for war.
But settle the score, consider it legitimate raw.
So now after the title cut, each MC takes a solo song. Do Me Right comes first, and I say solo, but actually the song features some guests. It features C-Ray Walls and Breeze Ever Flowin'. It's a pretty cool track. All the MCs come really tight. I'm not huge fans of like Breeze Ever Flowin', I think, and C-Ray Walls. I think they're good. I don't think they're great, but you know, just the energy of this sort of being some freestyle rhymes. You know, each one really comes nice on this. It's a lot of fun. And finally on side A, you've got Definition of a Great Mind featuring YZ. Yes, the YZ from the Flavor Unit, Tony D back in the days. I mean, he's still around. You know, he was on Atmosphere LP not too long ago, and I think he was actually on Zimbabwe Legit's last album, which, you know, all ties together. But I don't know about the beat. It's very discordant. I'll play you a clip of it. You can decide for yourselves. This is the one I was saying you wouldn't think really sounds like Cadence stuff. I mean, it's not terrible. You know, it's not like whack. I'm not saying, oh my god, but you know, it's okay as like album filler on like a album by these guys. But it's certainly not one of their standout tracks. That's for sure. But it's interesting and it's different. So at least he kind of took some risks.
I'm about to turn your whole world upside down. And so to grasp this, you have to run it back right now. Orange right today, and day's night today, and black's white today, and dark's light today. And I'm right to say, this isn't what you expected, but heaven knows anything goes, so respect it. This is visionary Mike Tech, this now rocking it. From great minds here to demonstrate the impossible. We're here to make imagination expand and tell nothing but the truth when we're taking a stand. We plant lyrics and substance like it's in the sand. It's MCs making sense instead of making the plan. I don't waste time waiting on destiny cause I make mine. Built with legendary MCs across state lines. Great minds floating rhymes so sing on the mic. We say it 4 different ways but we're thinking alike.
Do what it takes to make a difference. Understand the meaning of persistence. Strong in the face of resistance. Ready and willing to go the distance. Great minds combined for 16 bars apiece. Multiplied by 4, that's 64 at least.
Then on to side 2, and it's back to the top shelf material all the way straight through. The next 2 tracks are alternative reality tracks. Do Me and Cadence. These are 2 of the songs that are produced by the other guys. And like I said, you'd never know it though. They got that real kind of jazzy sample feel to it and all. It really blends in great with Cadence's stuff. This next one, Fast Talk, has some nice double meaning between Fast Talk politically, what they're rapping about, and Fast Talk in the sense that they actually do some pretty slick fast rapping on this.
This is fast talk like government speak, double the beat. The powerful inherit the earth, trouble the meek. White collar crime infected, elected officials injected the issues with special interests, protected the rich who collected commissions, perfected the mission, circumventing the system, reinventing conventional wisdom, eventually giving them reason to kill, reason to feel hungry for the power, causing them to seize it at will. It's alternate reality coming, we're running rhymes, lines, check on the crimes, minds, reflect on the times. We need a prison for the president. The evident evil waging a war on the poor, claiming it's better for people. Mass destruction that's making the world safe for corruption. Hypocrisy, mass democracy, fast talk got the media fooled, so they report with the lights out. Guess it's freedom of the press to take orders from the White House. They let them make all the fake news. They wanna make the sort of fate that ought to make us sicker than Watergate. The president only says what he wants us to know. When he delivers the fast talk, he does it real.
Just because the politician doesn't mean the representative. You can find the truth if you read between the sentences. Know how it goes, never slow. They just talk fast. And if you ain't got cash, they just walk past.
Because they write the laws doesn't mean they're gonna follow them. And hollow promises become the hallmark of hollow men. You know how it goes, never slow when the lip flap. Talk so fast, if you listen, you can whiplash.
Just because the politician doesn't mean the representative. You can find the truth if you read between the sentences. Know how it goes, never slow. They just talk fast. And if you ain't got cash, they just walk past.
Just because they write the laws doesn't mean they're gonna follow them. And hollow promises become the hallmark of hollow men. You know how it goes, never slow when the lip flap. Talk so fast, if you listen, you can whiplash.
And then finally, you've got 2 remixes. The first one is Wake Up, which was taken from Zimbabwe's Legit's last album, and this was one I was hoping to get on wax for a long time because it features Chubb Rock. But it's also one of their better songs anyway. It's probably, the track was great on the last album. This is a remix though, so the music is completely different. In fact, I'm going to go so far as to say it's actually better on here, which is saying something, because that was a really dope track on House of Stone that might have been the best track on there, or certainly in the running for it. So it features Chubb Rock and Vast Air as well. They all come nice with it. The music's even better here. This is killer. This is awesome. Finally have a chance to get this on wax because House of Stone unfortunately was CD only. There's meant to be a vinyl EP. In fact, you can even see listings for it like on Underground Hip Hop and stuff like that, but it never actually got pressed and came out.
Seen as like a bad dream or a nightmare. Brothers from the mother, where you at? Yo, we right here. You don't fight fair, we don't either. Put a phaser to your melon, yelling, take me to your leader. I hope he's ready to capitulate. Surrender, cause I'm changing the setting from stun to incinerate. Innovate, Picasso when I verbally illustrate. Jim Crow with whack MCs refuse to integrate. Don't make me have to demonstrate exactly what I mean. Never strike the same place twice like lightning. We swing with the force of the underground resistance. After the mission, they deny knowledge of our existence. Persistence of a ninja or some samurais. By day, wear the disguise of just regular guys. Then we hop into the saddle, dip into the shadows, and make preparations for the next battle. Come on, seen as like a bad dream. Brothers need to wake up. Got no use for the excuses that they make up. You know what it's about. They need to ship out and shape up. Time is running out. They need to wake up. Wake up. Seen as like a bad dream. Brothers need to wake up. Got no use for the excuses that they make up. You know what it's about. They need to ship out and shape up. Time is running out. They need to wake up. Wake up.
And then the last track is another remix. It's a remix of No Can Do off of, which was originally off of Cadence's Creative Commerce album. It's his duet with Prince Poe. And this track is a huge improvement. Like, I thought Wake Them Up was good on both albums. Like, it was great on House of Stone. It's even slightly better here. Creative Commerce I thought was an okay track. I thought the best thing about it was sort of Prince Poe's guest verse. Now the track and everything is killer. This is a great track. They keep the hook from the last one, but it even works better here just with the different backing music to it. It's a lot more smoother. It's a lot cooler.
Every bar, very far along the path where I felt I melt wax, hands dealt fast, cemented tracks, prevented cast that fell fast from last and chastised to be baptized to be by spitting wicked randomness. And handicaps the feet that couldn't handle this. They rattled in battle, saddled by doubt creek, and they prattle on. I hear them from downstream, they're up the creek, their paddles on my oarlock. They fall cause I'm the warlock of the short shot. They forfeit, seem like they forgot. My style is more hot like the sun plus. Can't stop the flow like it's the bum rush. I'm untouched, and everything is fair, just like the one bus. I'm large like the professor and Nas when they kick 1+1. And I remember rapping back before everyone bust guns. What's rhymes like fiends and their crimes are misdemeanors cleaner. From in between a sentence, rhymes are reader lean and meaner. Scene I used to gravitate to. Have a fake you cats unfaithful to the way we made true colors. Stage you cats are hateful and grateful for the foundation laid. Unless they stay paid, they make cash from brash statements. My real hip hop got waylaid fans, big rappers rocking bandies. Like they don't know it's Christmas. Take cats trying to make hits and write their names down on my hit list. There's more to this than rhyming, getting signed and getting ass and getting large and getting weed and getting props and getting cash. But when you hear some MC rhyming, you start thinking, so can you? You need to realize
that's a big no can do.
So this is a limited release. It's limited to 300 copies, which, in this day and age, it'll probably be available long enough. If you're interested in this, you'll be able to get it. It's available from Cadence's Bandcamp page directly, which I'll put a link to in the description. Hand-numbered copies of 300. Mine's number 5. You can't ask for much lower than that. It is available from a few other sellers online. If you're in Europe or something, HHV has it, and I think if you're overseas, the shipping there, might be a little bit cheaper. But it's available direct from Cadence, and the best thing about it, one of the things that very few record labels are doing, but it's great when they do it, so I definitely want to I want to encourage Cadence, and I want to encourage every artist ever who puts out hip-hop wax to do this. It comes with a free download of MP3s, the high quality of the music. So, and in fact, you get that instantly, even before it ships, so you can have that right away, and then it takes just a few days and you get the wax, which comes, as you see, in a nice sticker cover, and of course the killer labels. Great music, great release, limited to 300, so don't sleep too long. Alternative reality, legitimate raw.